Saturday, July 22nd, Kevin Gastelum fights Chris Weidman in the main event of UFC on Fox. And here are my predictions for this card. Starting with the main event, I think Chris Weidman will be too big for Kevin Gastelum. I like Kevin Gastelum's speed and striking advantages and his toughness and durability. But I think Chris Weidman, unlike other wrestlers in the division, a lot of his wrestling is due to size, and he could keep that pace up for 3 rounds and put that pressure on you without having to exert much effort, and he can maintain that for 3 rounds instead of like a 5-round fight. And I think his control of range distance will allow him to stay out of Kevin Gastelum's punches, and he's also durable himself, so he'll be able to take Kevin Gastelum's punches and then use that true 185 frame on Kevin Gastelum, who's a very undersized middleweight. Going to our co-main event, Dennis Bermudez versus Darren Elkins. I think that this should be a exciting fight, maybe the fight of the night for the card, projected fight of the night. But I think that Dennis Bermudez will pull out the win, being the stronger, faster, better wrestler and striker, and all-around better MMA fighter. I think Darren Elkins has the height and probably a better chin, and even definitely the better heart. But that doesn't say much about Dennis Bermudez. That just says that how good of a heart, how strong of a will that Darren Elkins has. But I don't think that will really play much to this fight. Is Dennis Bermudez should put on a high pace throughout 3 rounds and should be able to, if not coast his way to a decision, should be able to get a finish. And I predict that he'll get a finish in the 2nd round via submission. And now to Patrick Cummins versus Gian Villante. I think Gian Villante will be, his advantage coming into this fight would be that he has lots of power and he has a good size on him. If he lands one punch, it could change the complexion of the fight, but I think his punches are kind of too sloppy, too loose. Even though Patrick Cummins' striking isn't the best, and that's especially his defense, I think he should be able to mix in takedowns to throw enough that he could throw off Gian Villante's punches and then control the fight, pace of the fight. I see a hard, gritted decision in Patrick Cummins' favor after 15 minutes of fighting. And to the first card on our main card for this Fox card, Jimmy Rivera versus Thomas Almeida. I said that Dennis Bermudez versus Darren Elkins would be the fight of the night for the card, but this is really probably projected to be the fight of the night because both Jimmy Rivera and Thomas Almeida throw punches. They're both well-rounded, and they're both just come to scrap every fight, and they don't really care. They just go meet in the center, bang. But I think that Jimmy Rivera will pull this one out because he has the tougher chin. I say his heart's better. His all-round MMA game is better. I like Thomas Almeida's mixture of striking and diversity, his speed and timing, but he leaves way too many openings in his striking. And Jimmy Rivera showed that he could take a punch, but Thomas Almeida showed that he couldn't. So I think that Jimmy Rivera will be able to mix in takedowns to throw off his game of Thomas Almeida. And then I think his pressure and forward pressure and his intensity will be too much, and I think that he'll crack Thomas Almeida before the end of the 2nd round. Now, I'll give him a little bit more than that. I say he'll crack him in the beginning periods of the 3rd round. And that completes my predictions for UFC on Fox, Chris Weidman versus Kevin Gastelum.